I don't get tired of Pokemon Sun and Moon. I have been playing a lot online the last few weeks. Spent some of the weekend time, some of my rare free time playing. Built a really nice Tyranitar deck with mostly the Tyranitar from Team Up. And I love trainers. And so here I'm going to go through a selection of duplicate trainers. They're not to complete any base set. They're just from all over the all of the Sun and Moon sets. And in the top, I have a few reverse hollows. So I've been, of course, when you build a deck, if you're a new Pokemon player and you're watching this video, you will notice that when you buy a theme deck, and I was counting one because my son bought the Sun and Moon and Guardians Rising theme deck. So I was looking at one of the Guardians Rising theme decks that they come with like 25 Pokemon and maybe like 20 trainers. They try to go to like 25 Pokemon, 20 trainers. When I build my decks online, and I played a ton during the early Black and White era, and then multiple times throughout the XY era, and now I'm back playing near what is the end of the Sun and Moon era. My decks are always 30 trainers, 15 Pokemon, 15 energy, plus or minus a few. I may go down to 28 trainers if I'm doing a lot of stage 2 work, and maybe if my energies are multiple colors. So anyways, Lily, I did put it in the Tyranitar deck, but I eventually took it out because I do have a ton of draw power. And when you have a lot of draw power in your deck, you don't really need you're never going to get to the point where you have like 2 or 3 cards in your hand with a Lily, which is what you want to do, to draw to 6. I have not used Faba, but I like the Lost Zone aspect. The Tyranitar from Team Up sends whatever it takes out to the Lost Zone. I have not played Sightseer. Love the artwork. Beautiful card. Yep. Nita, I have not played either. I haven't really put in Nano in any of my decks either. Or Diantha. There's a few go-to trainers, even though there are many trainers. And when you play, especially against the competitive decks, it's really a small set of trainers. And maybe I shouldn't point out the ones that are not, because that's almost all of them. I'll just highlight the ones that are, if I've seen them, if I've come across them. Erica's Hospitality gets some play. So, for example, if I have an almost full bench, 4 Pokemon and an active Pokemon, that's 5. So you're gonna have 4 or fewer cards, and you're gonna draw 5 cards. That's really good. Can't wait to pull another full art Wick. Guzma is awesome. One of the most important trainers these days. I don't play 4 of them, and maybe I should. I do have them. I do have enough. It's really nice, but when you Guzma, you got to be careful because you're also switching out your Pokemon. And so it's time sensitive, but also extremely effective. One of the most important trainers right now. Lana. Acerola gets played, but only fits. I've seen it only in a few decks. I tried it in my deck and my Tyranitar deck. It really isn't that great for a deck where you have a Pokemon that's a stage 2, because then you're bringing back too much to your hand. But for the decks I have basic Pokemon, it's great. I use Looker all the time. Great card. It really allows me to have more than 4 supporters searching 3 cards. Hows. Now Looker goes from the bottom, and How, you can set up How with Lady to just set up the top of your deck. You cannot do that with Looker, but if you don't need that, if you just need raw card drawing power, it's great. And if I don't say anything about the trainer, it's just I'm not really using it. And I have not seen a lot of it either. Vogner is a mainstay in the electric decks. I think pretty much every electric deck that I've fought against, and I have not built one, but I will eventually, has a Vogner. Kiawe is in the Charizard deck and all fire decks, but definitely a key card, a key trainer in the Charizard deck, because you want to feed energies to your Pokemon, fire energies, very quickly to attack. And you're constantly discarding and playing, putting them back into your deck, for which you use another trainer. But yeah, you're going into your deck and getting your fire energies. Fantastic card. It's probably going to rotate in the fall. I was using Sophocles, but I got rid of him. I was drawing way too much, and then I was discarding. So what I did is that I actually made the deck not draw so much and have more versatility in other ways. And then I didn't need Sophocles. I also didn't need Lady once I figured out how to juice up the deck with other trainers. But I was using her early. And when I said Lady for setting up the top of your deck, I meant, I think, Mallow. Yeah. And I haven't built an Ultra Beast deck yet. I do play Copycat as an addition to Cynthia's. I think I only have three. Yeah, I only have 3 Cynthias, so I expand that ability with Copycats. I want to build an Alolan deck. Haven't gotten around to doing it. And Brock's Grit gets used a lot. I do not use him because I don't have a deck that dumps a lot of energies into my graveyard. But, what's called discard pile in Pokemon. But in the decks that use this, a lot of the discarded energies, it's really key. Also, Professor Kukui gets used. Yeah, I've seen him a lot. And Hao is just, yeah, in a lot of decks. Just clean. Draw 3 cards from the top of your deck. I mean, only if you discard Dana, Evelyn, and Nita from your hand. Forget it. That's never going to happen. And this one's only good if your opponent has something in their supporter in their hand, for which there's no guarantee. Now to the tools. And I have not seen a single Silvally GX deck. Maybe they were around before this current meta, as of March 2019. I do see a lot of Wishful Baton get played. We pulled this one in the Golden Beautiful end of set format. I have not seen the Regirock, Regis and Registeel, Regigas deck at all. Haven't seen this card get played either. Very situational. I don't see why anyone would ever play it. It does. This one is a key item in the all electric decks. not nearly as powerful because it's defensive as the band. I've seen this one get played. Oh, I have a repeat. Yep, I do. Okay. And I need to make better use of my Pokeballs. I'm not really using them at all in my deck, and I should. The deck right now is at the point where it can beat competitive decks once every 3 or 4 tries, which is great for a rogue deck. I use 2 of this guy. And I've seen bodybuilding dumbbells get used a lot. And this is a key card in the Charizard deck, because after you discard your fire energies, you put them back in your deck. And then you go back with Kiawe, rinse and repeat. I have seen Rescue Stretcher get used also. And I use a couple of these hammers. And I've gotten them used against me as well. Not so much enhanced hammer. Oh, there we are. Choice band. That's what I was thinking about. Great trainer. Great item. I use it. I use it a lot. And there's a lot of really good stadium cards. They're all the ones that get heavy use. Almost all of them are prism cards. Okay, so I'll end right here.